Today I am incredibly excited to share this story. It is a heavy and powerful one. They say a brother is your support, your backbone. No matter how much you argue, it should never lead to blood because, in the end, he is your brother. They also say a wife is the tender heart, the one you choose to walk through life with. However, in our world, we have heard of brothers who killed each other over money, the instigation of wives, or pure envy. Remember, the first crime in history was Cain killing his brother Abel. But today's story is something you could never imagine. I will show you what happens when a devil, meaning a human with a devilish soul, comes between two brothers. The family, Kamal and Ahmed. Our story takes place in 2024 in Egypt, specifically in a town called Al-Saf in Giza. There were two brothers, Kamal Rashid, the younger one, and Ahmed Rashid, who was 10 years older. They lived a normal life in a family home filled with love. Ahmed grew up and married first. Years later, Kamal followed and married a woman named Bashir Abdul Hamid. They all lived under one roof. Due to financial struggles, Ahmed decided to travel to Saudi Arabia for work. He entrusted his wife and children to Kamal. Kamal was the perfect brother. He took care of them as his own and never let them lack anything. Betrayal in the shadows. Eventually, Kamal joined his brother in Saudi Arabia. They shared a room, worked together, and Kamal viewed Ahmed as his idol and father figure. However, during visits back to Egypt, the devil entered Ahmed's heart. He began looking at his younger brother's wife, Bashir, with lust. Horrifyingly, Bashir felt the same way. She admired Ahmed's authority as the head of the house. It started with looks, then messages, then phone calls, evolving into a forbidden sexual relationship. They had no fear of God and no respect for the poor, brother working himself to the bone in a foreign land to provide for them. 4. The plot to kill. Ahmed returned to Egypt permanently to be near Bashir, while Kamal remained in Saudi Arabia, sending money back home. When Kamal finally decided to return and settle in Egypt, his presence became an obstacle for the two lovers. They couldn't meet as freely anymore. They decided to get rid of him. On February 8, 2024, Bashir bought 2 pieces of cake gâteau. She went to a herbalist, bought rat poison, and laced the cake. She waited for Kamal at home, dressed in a red nightgown, and applied heavy makeup, tricking him into thinking it was a romantic night. She hand-fed him the poison cake. Within minutes, Kamal felt excruciating pain in his stomach and collapsed, screaming. The brutal murder. The poison didn't kill Kamal immediately. Panicked, Bashir called Ahmed. Come quickly. The first part worked, but he's still alive. Ahmed rushed over, took off the shawl he was wearing, and wrapped it around his brother's neck. Imagine the horror. Kamal, taking his last breaths, looks to his right and sees his brother. He looks to his left and sees his wife. The two people supposed to love him most were the ones strangling him. Ahmed pulled one end of the shawl, and Bashir pulled the other until Kamal passed away. Justice and sentencing. They tried to cover it up by taking him to the hospital, claiming it was a natural death. But the doctor noticed red marks and signs of strangulation around his neck. He refused to issue a death certificate and referred the body to forensics. Forensics confirmed he was murdered by strangulation. Ahmed and Bashir were arrested. Under the pressure of interrogation, they confessed. Bashir shamelessly told the investigators, "I killed him because I love his brother." In court, the prosecutor gave a legendary speech about the betrayal of blood. The final verdict: death by hanging for both Ahmed Rashid and Bashir Abdul Hamid. Closing message: execution was the least they deserved. Those who are not held accountable on earth will surely be held accountable by the justice of God in the heavens. My message to anyone straying onto the wrong path: the door of repentance is open. Don't let your hearts be blinded. I end with this question for you. What makes a brother betray his own flesh and blood and envy what is in his hand? Share your thoughts in the comments. Take care of yourselves.